everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. To get started, why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Guys, I don't know what's wrong with this guy here. He is being extremely needy. What do you want from me, dude? What do you want from me? Don't you see I'm on a stream right now? What do you want from me? How can I help you? Bubby, how can I help you? Huh? How can I help you? What can I get you? Well, I gave you a treat. I gave you all the love. As soon as I came home, okay, listen, I came home really late today, okay? I missed one of my buses and I had to come home really late. That means I did not have time to walk you. I will walk you later on, okay? Look at me. I will walk you later on. Look at me. I will walk you later on, okay? Can you give me some time to stream? I will try to finish as soon as possible, and then we'll go outside. Okay, now get off me. Get off me. Thank you. Now let me do my job, and you out. Out. Be a good boy. Oh, what a needy dog, man. What a needy dog today. I'm guessing that's what he wants. Usually when he's all over me like that, he wants some food. But today, it's probably because I didn't get to take him outside yet. Usually I get home around 6:30, 6:25. 6:30 to 7 o'clock. I take him around for a nice little exercise or whatever, and then 7 o'clock I sit in my chair, make a watch list, make a thumbnail, and get ready for the stream and whatnot. And today I came home at 7. I came home much later, so I didn't really have time to take the little bubbush outside. So I'll take him later on. That means no chess today. That's right, pawn trading. Skip chess to walk the bubbies, and we will be doing that today, sadly. No chess for my chess lovers, but we will be talking stonks as we always do. Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m., ladies and gentlemen. So welcome. Let me turn the lights behind me down a little bit. Alexa, nano leaf 30%. Because that's extremely bright. Holy shit, you couldn't even see my face before. Now you can kind of see my face. So we're going to talk about the market. We're going to talk about how stocks move today, what type of action we're looking for, how can we take advantage on this beautiful market opportunity that could possibly set up. It still hasn't set up yet, but that could possibly set up going into the next few days. And I am very excited for a couple stocks, not the stocks that actually reported earnings, but a squeeze type of name that's been going crazy that looks like it's getting ready for a monster blast off. So we have a watch list filled with names from earnings names to small cap names to Magnificent 7 and the QQQ S&P 500 ETF themselves, as we always do. So I don't want to waste time. Obviously you guys saw how anxious little Bubbies was. He's now Where is he? Is he sitting behind me? Yep, he's sitting right next to me, and that's how anxious he is. That's how badly he wants to go outside. Usually he's not even in the same room with me. He's downstairs looking out the window, barking at other dogs and barking at squirrels and birds and whatnot. So today he's right by my footstep, and I don't think he's gonna leave my step at all. All right. How's everyone doing? Let's see who's all in the chat at the moment. We got Olivier, we got Dieter, Acer, scrolling up the chat over here. That's all the names I see so far in our Stonks chat. Shout out to stonks.com. And on YouTube, we got Dieter again. TH, Corey, what's up, Corey? Yo, Corey, you gotta check out this website called stonks.com, brother. If you haven't checked it out yet, you gotta use my referral link and sign up to this website. You're gonna love it. You're a trader, you love gambling, you love YOLOing. Why not YOLO for free and have a chance to win some money? You'll hear me talk about this website a little bit more later on in the day, but click on that link, sign up to this website. You'll thank me later, Corey. You'll thank me later. All right. Barkit's also in the chat and Pawn Trading. So Barkit's asking, Prad, could you discuss synopsis? For sure, it's actually on my watch list, so we will 100% be taking a look at S&PS, ERB, and Raise today. Don't spoil the fun for me, Barkit. I want to have some surprise, of some element of surprise over there, and you just ruined it for me. Now I don't even want to read the earnings report. Nah, I'm joking. We'll read the earnings report. It's good to know that the ER did beat for them. I did not see any stocks and their ER moves today, because once again I was pretty late getting to home, so I didn't get a chance to properly finish getting ready for my watch list. But the watch list is ready. I just didn't get to peek on some of the moves. The only two moves that I got to peek on was Snowflake and Zoom. They are on the top of the watch list. A couple other names that we have is Wolfspeed, another semiconductor name if I remember correctly, Synopsys, SNPS, Urban Outfitters, and then for tomorrow pre-market I have Baidu and BJ's that I really care for. I mean, Peloton, I don't know if I care for Peloton, but Baidu, BJ's, and VIK on the watch list for tomorrow pre-market earners. That is the earnings watch list. And besides the earnings, like I mentioned, we have a bunch of names like ASTS, stocks that reported earnings previously already, like Target, PanW, TJ Maxx, some of the small cap names like CING, GOVX, the monkeypox names, even ASTS, which I'm really looking forward to see what this stock does for the next few days. BABA, JD, the Chinese sector, along with the stocks such as Baidu, which is reporting earnings tomorrow pre-market. And then we have the Magnificent Seven, some ETFs in there such as the QQQ leverage ETF, the semiconductors leverage ETF, and the main ETFs themselves, QQQ, S&P 500, and the IWM. That is going to be our main focus for tomorrow, starting with SNOW, Snowflake, a stock that recently got dumped by Warren Buffett. How does Warren Buffett, kind of see the future? I'm just wondering, does he get to see the earnings report before everybody else? Because how do you get this call so perfectly? You dumped this position just before the earnings report comes out, which apparently, from a quick glance over here on Benzinga, BEPS and raised guidance and an additional $2.5 billion buyback. However, the stock actually flushed to the downside in the after hours, fell about 8%, 10% in the after hours over here. So let's go take a look at this earnings report and see if Warren Buffett dumped it based on the report or dumped it based on something else. And why did the stock completely flush if the report is bullish from what I see at a quick glance? So Q2 earnings, Snowflake reported second quarter revenue of $868 million. Sorry. $868.8 million, beating estimates of $849.7 million. That's pretty decent of a beat. The data cloud company reported adjusted earnings of $18 per share, sorry, beating analyst estimates 16 cents per share. That's all you're making, 18 cents per share. That's kind of sad. Total revenue, however, was up 29% year to year, so there is growth. Product revenue came in at 829.3 million, up 30% year to year. Net revenue retention rate was 120%, 127% in the quarter. So it looks like they're signing people and they're retaining people overall. So that's how they're getting 120%, 127%. I'm not sure how you get that, but okay. Remaining performance obligations, 5.2 billion, up 48% year over year. Snowflake said it ended the quarter with 510 customers with trailing 12-month product revenue greater than $1 million. The quarter was hallmarked by innovation and product delivery and great traction in the early stages of our new AI products. With the combination of our platform, the network effect of collaboration, and our AI innovations, we have a huge opportunity ahead to deliver even greater value to our customers, said the CEO. Snowflake board authorized an additional $2.5 billion for a share repurchase program and extended the duration through March 2027. The company said it had about $491.9 million remaining on its buyback program as of July 31st. Snowflake sees third quarter product revenue in the range of 850 to 855 million, so a little bit shorter than what they just reported, up approximately, however, 22% year to year. So that's dropping too, right? So you're growing this quarter by 29%, but next quarter you're only going to be growing by 22%. The company also said in full year product revenue expectations Snowflake now expects full year product revenue of $3.356 billion, up 26% year to year. Management will hold a conference call. For those of you who missed that conference call, you can actually check out the conference call directly on stonks.com. That's one of the added benefits over here of this beautiful website. Any of the companies that you're interested to go check out their earnings call, you can just open up their website, go on the stock that you're interested in, you get a transcript for the earnings call, and not only this earnings call, you can scroll pretty far back and get earnings calls from pretty much goddamn inception of the company, or since public of the company. So overall, pretty amazing software over here, and this is what I want to talk to you about, Corey. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out stonks.com, baby. You have an opportunity to win $1,000 every single day just by predicting where the stock will land around 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard based on their earnings reaction. So far, I've played few games. I did not win today's game. No winnings for Zoom at all, but I did win a little bit on keys yesterday, and I won on Pan W a little bit the day before that too. So you know, I've been winning a little bit of money. My other buddies over here, Angry Buddha, who's not in the chat at the moment. Ooh, I'm not even showing the stream. There you go. My other buddy, Angry Buddha, it actually has been winning some raffles, which is more free money that you can collect on streams, which you will actually have an opportunity to do so tomorrow. If you tune into my stream on stocks.com tomorrow, you have a chance to win free money when I spin the wheel. So join me, create a website, create an account, use my link to create an account right now. Right meow. So for those of you who are interested in the conference call for Snowflake or any of the other companies that reported today, such as Zoom, TJ Maxx, or any of them, right? Even Synopsys, you can just click over here.
Good afternoon. Thank you for attending today's Snowflake Q2.
Right? So you can go check it out. I'll probably listen to it later on to kind of get an idea as to maybe the conference call had a little bit of salt poured into this move to the downside. Overall, pretty bullish report, right? They are growing year to year, and the company still flushed to the downside pretty hard, 8%, 9% to the downside, and basically might even trigger SSR tomorrow by actually being down 10% or more, at which point looking for the long would be awesome. Ani's in the chat with the $1.99 super chat. Thank you, Ani, and she's hitting with the stonks. That's right, Ani knows what's good. Ferrari stock race up 141 points yesterday. Year to date. Don't you wear a Ferrari shirt? one of the best stocks I ever saw. Can we ban TH? Officially ban TH from the YouTube stream, please. TH, if you think I'm a Ferrari fan, I hope you're trolling. Because I thought you knew me, TH. I thought you knew me. Does this say Ferrari on here? What does that say? That's not a Ferrari logo. Hold up. Is that Lego car over there look like a Ferrari to you? Bruh. Just because my room's painted red doesn't mean I'm a Ferrari fan, okay? Get out of here. I bought Zoom puts earlier today. Sheesh. Well, you got smoked, didn't you? Oh, man. That's, I thought you printed for a second. Then I remembered Zoom actually went to the upside. Then, yeah, you got smoked a little bit. I feel bad about laughing now. But that's the name of the game, baby. That's the name of the game. Market robs sometimes, and then market gifts sometimes. But if you get it right, it's a big payday. It's a big payday. So you can try your luck again tomorrow. That's also the beauty of the market. You can always try your luck again tomorrow. But this is the stock that we're going to have to try our luck on tomorrow to begin with. Snowflake. I'm just going to have to quickly zoom out the daily chart. Take a look at... Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Take a look at some of the levels that might be interesting, such as that most recent August low that we created, what I call the August recession bottom. So if we do push all the way down there, that's almost a no-brainer long for me. But in the after hours, we didn't really push all the way down there, did we? We kind of... Wait, what is this level? 120. Did I put that line just now? Yeah, okay, that line from there, that 122.68 area will be pretty interesting if we manage to hold it, because that was the most recent bottom before the stock kind of broke down in the most in the ugliest way in August recession, or however we want to call it, with the Japan carryover trade causing some problems in the market, breaking it down. So the most recent double bottom support, if we kind of show support into that 122 to 120 dollars, there could be a long opportunity here, a hidden long opportunity that people might want to fight for, as the report doesn't really scream negative to me, right? And the title of the report says revenue beat, EPS beat, raised guidance. Some people who are lazy and won't actually read the report the way we did, they might just be that and be like, oh, all things good, and they're also doing a 2.5 billion share buyback. Woohoo! I'm feeling bullish. The lower it goes, I want to buy more and more of this stock. So I want to see if those opportunities set up. Something I want to also check for is, what is Snowflake's PE? Snowflake is trading at a that's a high I didn't even say ALAEXA. Why are you getting active for? Alexa, stop. I didn't even say your name, girl. Chill out. Woman these days, dude. Woman these days. Always think everything's about them. So Snowflake, forward PE is actually crazy high. But if you're using fundamentals to day trade, then you're gonna always have a tough time. That's actually funny that Snowflake is so well under the IPO low. And now actually that August low was the all-time low on Snowflake. So if we actually push, the lower we go below 120 on Snowflake, now that I think about it, the better the long looks, in my opinion. But obviously, as you just saw, the PE is pretty damn high over there on this position, and because of that, maybe they're selling off this company. I mean, look, the market is basically getting ready to break out an all-time high right now. SPY is very much getting ready to kind of break out of the all-time high. So, me being Michael Burry screaming, get ready to short the market, get ready to short the market, just feels so stupid right now. Every day I'm just singing the same song, get ready to short the market, and here's the market literally about to break out of the goddamn all-time high within 12 days of being down 10%. I mean, what? What the? Right? So shout out to Snowflake, which is kind of doing the opposite of the overall market. It's going into all-time lows. I think people who think that there's value over here on the stock might try to step in, some hedge funds, some big money traders, and if they are able to defend 120 to begin with, I think there's a long through 120 back to the upside. But if they don't manage to hold 120, then the lower we go below 120, the better the long, in my opinion. So Snowflake, pretty high priority tomorrow, keeping it watch probably right off the open. Priority number one, Snowflake. Prad to Boomer to wear Ferrari. No, I'm anti-Ferrari. That's it. Your official denial of being a Ferrari fan is now on public record. So if I go back to your old memes, I won't see Ferrari red cap or Ferrari images of any kind. If you go through a meme, you might find something about a Ferrari because I couldn't use Lewis Hamilton's face properly because the AI was messing up my image on Lewis Hamilton or whatever. But I'm not a Ferrari fan. All right, it's exactly like I'm not an Apple guy. I don't own anything Apple. As I look around my room right now to see if I have anything Apple, there's a lot of Apple products in the home. Don't get me wrong. Everyone else in the house has Apple products, but me. I'm anti-Apple. Period. And the same way, I'm anti-Ferrari. That doesn't mean I can't use it in a meme because maybe Charles Leclerc won the race or something, cool happened where I had to use that meme. But honestly, go look back. Yeah, go search and find something that has me using Ferrari. Go for it. Good luck. Good fucking luck. All right. Snowflake, top of the priority for tomorrow. Next up on board, we got Zoom. One of my most hated companies out there when the stock was at, like $400 back in the height of COVID. They solved every problem in the world with the power of webcam and a little bit of software. Someone today, the CEO and founder of stonks.com, I was watching their contest stream that they host from 3:30 to 4 o'clock. He said something really valuable. He said, one really good thing about Zoom is it's run by a engineer, a really strong back-end engineer who really cares about his baby, right? An engineer. But the really bad thing about Zoom is that it's run by an engineer, right? So sometimes you can't do everything like Elon Musk. You can't be the coder who turns into a CEO and everything else that he's kind of done with PayPal and then eventually later on down the road, right? Sometimes you kind of got to realize that, hey, I am an engineer and that's what I'm going to focus on. I got to hire some some business people, some marketing people, some smart people, and make use of their help over here and kind of build the company in a better way. Overall, they dropped the ball. Everyone says they've been dropping the ball for a long time now, but this earnings report was pretty bullish for them. Pretty bullish report, taking it back to the high side. You can see how we pretty much popped into last month's high, broke out of the last month's high a little bit, and then we started settling right under the last month's high area, under $62.22. So the basic idea over here being, if the stock manages to find buying above $62.50, there is a potential long to the upside on Zoom. But if we're not able to stay above $62.50, then there's a good short opportunity setting up to the downside. But does the earnings report match that thesis? So let's go take a look at the earnings report real quick. I need ZM to drop, says Olivier. I feel you, brother. I feel you. When you're caught offside, it is painful indeed. Okay, when do the options expire? Do they expire tomorrow or Friday? If they expire Friday, then the time decay is going to kind of get you. How did Prad go to stonks? What do you mean? I've got 129 tickets currently. I've got, how many do I have right now? I have quite a bit because I signed up 1, 2, 3, 4 people today with the 25 link. So shout out to all the new people who signed up with my link today. But how do I go check how many tickets I have? I got 127. So you got a little bit more than me. But that's also because I spend 4 tickets a day on the game. That's because I spend 4 tickets a day on the game. I'm just gonna quickly log into Options AI over here so I could make bets for the next game tonight. Okay, reading Zoom's earnings report. Here we go. Zoom reported quarterly earnings of $1.39 per share, which beat analyst estimates of $1.21 by 14.88%. Quarterly revenue coming at $1.16 billion, beating estimates by 2.09%. Beating estimates, and is a 2.09% increase from same period last year. Gotcha. Company revenue was $682.8 million, up 3.5% year over year, and online revenue came in at $479 million, flat year to year. In Q2, we outperformed our guidance across the board. Free cash flow by 33%, grew by 33% and 22% year over year, which is the operating cash flow and free cash flow. Gotcha. Demonstrating our continued commitment to efficient growth. All right, chill out. We also saw strength in large accounts, with customers contributing more than $100,000 in trailing 12 months revenue, increasing 7.1% year over year, and a resilience in our online business. And on what other business do you have besides online? Why the fuck do you have to say online business? Like your business is an online business. Anyways, monthly churn reaching its lowest ever rate. Okay, Zoom sees third quarter earnings per share between 1.29 and 1.31 versus estimates of 1.24. So they're higher above the estimates, and revenue in the range of 1.16 to 1.165 billion versus 1.16. So the low end is pretty much at the estimate. Company expects fiscal 2025 earnings per share between 5.25 to 5.32 versus estimates of 5. So I mean, they're making money and they're actually guiding higher too. So shout out to Zoom, ladies and gentlemen. And the full year in the range of revenue 4.63 to 4.6 compared to estimates of 4.62. So also beating that by a little bit. So revenue are a little bit of a beat / in line, but the EPS are guided up quite a bit higher, and I'm guessing this is what is the juice behind the move to the upside. So pretty bullish report based on the guidance. The market is quite a bit pricing the stock off of guidance, in my opinion, rather than their growth, because they don't single digit growth for a tech company. I guess the fact that, you know, a lot of companies are back, my goodness, now that a lot of companies are back to actually working physically in offices and no longer actually needing to use Zoom services as much, the fact that they're still seeing growth in that environment, I guess, is a good thing, and that they're seeing upbeat guidance possibility is also possibly coming into play as a positive note over here. So overall, I'm feeling bullish on the guidance, but that growth number is not that big. Let's go check what the PE is for Zoom real quick. Are they trading at well, I mean, that's not that bad. 11 PE for Zoom is not that bad. So this could still have some juice to the upside if it really wants to. The fact that if it can find buying above 62.50 would open up some room to the upside. I think we can clearly take out the after hour high, which is around $63.20. We can clearly take out that $63 if we actually manage to hold above 62.50. If we don't manage to hold above 62.50, it doesn't mean that I'm looking short, but I mean, it probably means that I am looking short, but you know, it's going to be hard looking short overall because the PE is not that high. The company's not trading at a really expensive multiples of the money that they're bringing in and so on. So I'm not gonna possibly force the short. Forcing the short just feels stupid because we also have multiple levels right below at $60, which is today's high, yesterday's high, and we all, you know, multiple levels right over here to the downside where buyers can easily step in, because if they found value in the report, they want to fight for the price down over here. So finding the short into this area feels almost stupid to me, unless I can really get like a reject of 63 and then failing to hold 62.50 short, which would give me you know, a $2 move instead of $2 move for about a 50-cent risk or a dollar risk, that's asymmetrical. But if I have to take a position in the middle of the range over here because the stock the stock rejected this, where's my marker? Because the stock already rejected this area and we're trading somewhere over here and I have to look for a short somewhere here, I'm not really that interested in it. I want to look for the short here or the long here. That's it. This is the only area that I care about. Anything above that price or anything below this price, and it's got to be a quick decision below this price. Above this price, you have all the time in the world to make the decision, because if we're actually finding buying above here, you're going to have quite a bit of time to decide. And if the stock rips higher, you're going to have time to decide on the pullbacks also. But if it's not going to hold here, you're not going to have much time to decide. It's going to just crack right down. So it's going to have to be a quick decision for the short side. And if it's to the upside, you're going to have a lot of time to decide if you want to play the long or not. So very interested to see what I want to do over here on ZM tomorrow. Hi, Ani. I never thought I'd see the day you defend Prad. I am humbled. She did defend me. I was trying to think, how did she defend me? But yeah, that is true. She did defend me. She is changing. Maybe she's falling for me. I can't blame her. They all do. All women eventually fall for me. You know, what a beautiful specimen, human specimen I am. Come on. If Ariana Grande saw me, she'd be wet. Now that I said wet, I'm thinking about that song. Na 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 na. You know, Tyler, you know song, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, Olivier knows what I'm talking about. Make me sweat, make me water, make me lose my. I don't even know how the rest of it goes. I don't even know how the rest of it goes. Yeah, till next Wednesday. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. If you use my referral link to sign up to stonks.com, you and I both get 25 tickets. And if you save up these tickets, you can spend them all for a chance to win $10K on Nvidia on Wednesday. Olivier, is it still 1 point per minute? Yeah, I guess so, because I've been streaming for 30 minutes and I have 34 points. All right, that sounds about right. Okay, next stock that we're going to go take a look at, Wolfspeed. I mean, I remember Wolfspeed in these crazy prices, but now it's at like all-time lows almost. I guess not. Never mind, I'll take that back. Wolfspeed cracked pretty hard to the downside. Looks like the report was negative. They're losing money. They lost more money than they were expected to on the EPS, and the revenue was also lower than expected, but the company actually popped higher in the after hours. So what happened over there on Wolf? Let's go take a look at this one. I think the ticker is Wolf, right? WOLF. Yeah, it is WOLF. That's not it. This one. Climbing despite worse than expected Q4. All right, let's go take a look at it. Reported 89 cents per share, missing estimates of loss of 84 cents per share, so clearly losing more money. We kind of saw those numbers already. Fiscal year losses of $2.59 per share and full year revenue of $807.2 million. Both missed analyst consensus estimates as well. We have two priorities. We are too focused on optimizing our capital structure for both near term and long term, and driving performance in our state-of-the-art 200mm fab. And this quarter was a step forward on both of these priorities. We achieved 20% utilization of Mohawk Valley in June and continued to see strong revenue growth from that fab. Our 200mm device fab is currently producing solid results, which are at significantly lower cost than our Durham 150mm fab. This improved profitability gives us the confidence to accelerate the shift of our device fabrication to Mohawk Valley while we assess the timing of the closure of our 150mm device fab in Durham. So that's the CEO, I guess. Wolfspeed sees first quarter losses of between 1.09 and 90 cents per share versus estimates of a loss of 84 cents per share. Negative. And a revenue in the range of 185 million to 215 million versus estimate of 201 million. Low end is quite a bit lower than estimate, but the high end is quite a bit higher than the estimate. However, after reporting this, the stock initially flushed to the downside, and then rip to the upside. I wonder if the conference call had some play in this action to the upside over here on Wolf. Overall, pretty weird move if you ask me. I think looking for short in the pops is not a good idea. The company doesn't even make goddamn money at all, and they're talking about they're not even talking about AI. You're a semiconductor company and you're not even talking about AI. Isn't that the code word that every semiconductor company uses in their earnings report? And if you don't have it, it's almost like a automatic short these days, right? So I'm not sure why they popped up. Maybe there is some juice on this pop tomorrow, at which point obviously we have to step back and do nothing with this position. Is there a high short float? 20% short flow. Okay, so there is a pretty decent short float on this stock, and that could maybe give it some boost higher for us to play with. We've seen how Upstart, even with the negative report, kept rallying higher and higher and higher. So if this is something along the lines of Upstart, expecting this one to go crazy will not be a wrong thing in my opinion. So watch how the dips play. If we do find buys in the dips, then the rips are going to be explosive, because anyone who is short, I guess, like, you know, you're quite a bit in the money. If you're short, you're probably short way higher, but if you're short recently, you're going to be worried as your stops are going to start triggering. So if the stock is actually able to find buying about, let's say, what $14.50 to $15, if we're able to find buying in that area, that opens up some action to the upside because of that short float action. But if we're not able to hold $14.50 on the bid, then because how bad the report is, I think looking for a short to the downside would not be a bad idea. The stock has a ATR of $1.32, so that's pretty good for a $13 stock. Usually $13 stocks don't have a $1.32 ATR. So tomorrow maybe we got a $2 move overall from top to bottom for us to play with. So if $14.50 fails, I think expecting 13 or even back into today's low all the way to a little bit lower than 13 would not be a bad idea, but it will probably be 15 to 13 might be the range if we're not holding 14.50. But if we're actually holding above 14.50, then I think that explosiveness opportunity opens up on this stock, where we go into 16 into $17, where last month's low is actually at $17.73. So some explosive opportunities come into play for us to take advantage of. Watching for sure WOLF. Next one, SNPS. A pretty expensive stock, $500 stock. 30-day average is actually only 1 million shares for a $500 stock, which means the spread is going to be ugly. But if you play it right, if you buy the dips, not try to play momentum, play it in a swing trader's mindset, I think you can pull off a good enough of a trade, but be ready to give it the right risk. The right risk on this position sometimes could be $5, right? So you got to be ready to give that type of a risk on this position. We kind of got a spoiler alert from the member Barke on the YouTube side, because he said he wanted to take a look at SNPS, and he also mentioned that the stock actually popped up on the news. That pop looks insignificant almost for a $500 stock, right? That pop looks almost like it doesn't matter for a $500 stock. Let's go take a look at the report. Really? That's all you're gonna give me? No shot. No shot. Alright. Reported earnings of $3.43 per share, beating estimates of $3.28 per share. That's a pretty good beat, I guess. The company reported quarterly sales of $1.526 billion, which beat analyst consensus estimates of $1.519. Okay. This is a 2.62% increase over sales from the same period last year. Okay. Synopsis sees Q4 adjusted EPS. Is this okay? Q4 is 3. Is this what quarter is this? Oh, this is Q3. Okay, Q4 327 to 327 to 332 versus estimates of 323, so guiding higher. Revenue of 1.614 to 1.644 versus estimates of 1.61, also guiding a little bit higher. Sees full year EPS coming in at 1307 to 1312 versus 1308, so pretty much in line slash higher. Revenue of 6.105 billion to 6.135 billion versus estimates of 6.13 billion. That one is the top line of their estimate is pretty much the estimate number itself, so not so bullish on that side for the full year. But overall, I guess, you know, they are growing about 2.5% year to year. That is growth. They're not diminishing, right? They are growing still, but I'm not sure that is enough of a catalyst to look for a long all the way up here. And honestly, I might not even trade this position tomorrow because of the liquidity on this position, because of the lack of the big banger earning report kind of standing out in my face. We've had two awesome reports today already, and stocks have actually made a big move off those reports. Over here, I'm not really seeing much of a play. There's a lot of chop. I don't want to make a decision in the middle of these ranges at all. Maybe if 600 comes into play, there could be a little bit of a short opportunity because I think it would be extended too far too quick. And if 600 actually manages to break, I'll be waiting patiently at the what I think is this all-time high. Yeah, I'll be waiting patiently at all-time high. I don't have to make a decision before that. So not really wanting to make a decision in the middle of these ranges where the stock clearly popped into. 600 could be some area that you could make a decision. Nice even flat dollar area. Besides that, you have the all-time high, and then you have today's high. Those are the only few levels that you can kind of make a clean read on for a day trade. Besides that, it's going to be ugly and choppy, so not really worth it for me as a day trade at all. How did you do today on your earnings move? A little bit of a pop, not much. A little bit of a pop, almost no volume in the after hours at all for this position. Let's see how it looks on the daily chart. Looks like it could have a run into the all-time high area. That's not even all-time high. Okay, never mind. So how did these guys report? Really? What the hell? Okay. What's going on, Benzinga? You guys are getting lazy over here. Reported earnings of $1.32 per share, beating estimates of 1.26. Company reported sales of 1.58 billion, beating estimates of 1.56 billion. This is a 5.5% decrease over sales from same period last year. Q4 revenue they're seeing at 1.61 to 1.69 versus estimates, so they're guiding higher. EPS they're also guiding higher. Full year they are guiding higher, and EPS for the full year they're also guiding higher. Shares are trading higher following a better than expected Q4 earnings and an upbeat Q4 guidance. However, it's not really a better than expected, is it? Yeah, they beat EPS, yeah, they beat the revenue slightly, but the company's actually declining 5% year over year in revenue, so they're diminishing. So maybe that's why we're not seeing too much of a pop. The guidance is what is actually pouring some juice over here to the upside, but I don't think that move is going to be too sustained because the stock market would probably want to see some growth coming in with an upbeat guidance. So yeah, I'm not really that bullish nor bearish, because that guidance could allow the stock to find buying back into these same ranges that it's been in. So not looking to really make a decision at all on this position. Urban Outfitters, did you make a move after hours? Looks like you did, and you pushed all the way back into last year's high and are holding under last year's high after an initial pop in the after hours. So Urban Outfitters might be something that we could be getting ready to play tomorrow. Let's go take a look at their report. Alright, there we go. No laziness on this one. That's what I like to see. Urban Outfitters reported $1.24 per share, beating estimates of 1.01 by 22.7%. I like it. Company announced record quarterly sales of 1.35 billion, beating estimates of well, doesn't say how much, but beating estimates overall, representing a 6.13 and represents a 6.13 from the same period last year. Representing a 6.13 what, dude? I'm guessing growth. I'm guessing that's what they're trying to say here. Total retail segment net sales increased 3.1%. Okay. Retail segment sales increasing 2%. Okay. Comparable retail segment net sales increased 7.1% at Free People and 6.7% at whatever, decreased at 9.3% at Urban Outfitters. However, newly segment sales increased by 62.6%, primarily driven by 55.5% increase in average active subscribers in the current quarters versus the prior year quarter. Okay. Wholesale segment net sales increased by 15%, driven by a 17.5% increase in Free People. I guess that's one of the companies that they own. Wholesales due to an increase in sales department stores, blah, 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 blah. Do I see an outlook? No outlook at all. Sag. So overall, I mean, look, the report looks pretty good. Urban Outfitters stores themselves, they are declining 9.3% year over year. But look, the company is growing. Right, the company is growing. Different sectors of the company are growing. So maybe just Urban Outfitters, the brand itself, Urban Outfitters as a clothing store might be dying out, but they're companies that they acquired or their offsprings that they've made themselves. I don't know what Free People are or Anthropology is. They probably bought them, or they probably spun off, trying to rebrand themselves in a completely different way for different segments of clothing and whatnot. Those seem to be growing, so looks good to me on that report, but the market clearly did not like that report as much as I thought they might have appreciated it. Clearly pushing into that $40 area, I guess was the number. 38. So $38 is last year's high, and if we're not able to basically stay above 38, that could open up some real downside on this position. I guess 36 is another most recent low. We just got under that August low on the stock, so I guess that's basically your barrier on this position. If you are looking for a long, you gotta find opportunity to get long above 38.50. Buyers need to be aggressive above 38.50, above 38.60 for you to even think long. If the buyers are not able to defend the August low that we just created, then the stock is easily going down to $36. Easily going down to $36. Could be a stock that you could watch right off the open because how close we are to that 38 area, right? We just got into that 38 after hours. We're kind of holding around 38. If we get a pop off of 38 into 38.60, not able to find buying above 38.60, bang, you get short 38.55, 38.50, 38.45, 38.40. You're risking 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents for a $2 move. Come on now. How much more do you want from the market at that point? Sometimes you just take one of these trades, get that crazy asymmetrical risk, and you smash that home run. You're done for the day. You're done for the day, right? So look for that opportunity through 38 to 38.60 for that short, because not able to find buying above these prices will open up some good room to the downside, I believe, all the way to $36. A nice $2 move. The stock's ATR is actually $1.59, and I think we could expect that intraday move coming in for a whole $2 move opportunity. So Urban Outfitters. And that is all she wrote for stocks that report earnings in after hours. Shout out to Benzinga. Once again, go check out Benzinga. They help us every single day by reading these earnings reports. You have other features over here besides just news. You can use scanners, charts. They have pre-built scanners that you could use, such as earnings scanners, news scanners, momentum movers, day trading movers, and so on. Amazing platform. Use my link in the description below for Benzinga Pro. Thank you for sponsoring the earnings segment every day. Baidu is the next stock that reports earnings, and it's going to be one that reports in the pre-market along with BJ and VIK. VIK, a brand new IPO that recently came out this year. I remember trading the IPO. I remember going long, but boy, oh boy, I do not remember this move. What in the world is this? VIK blasting off to the upside. They look like to be getting ready to kind of break out an all-time high. Their last earnings report was somewhat shaky. Let's see if this earnings report is bullish enough for them to carry right back to the upside, or do they reject from this area, set up for somewhat of a short opportunity. BJs, I love BJs. So we'll see if we can get a nice BJ from the market over here. What the hell? I don't even know I had that alert there. Okay, that's crazy. I had that alert all the way from there, and you can see how that anchored VWAP from that earnings move is kind of being respected. That was basically the August low for the stock, surprisingly enough. Okay, shout out to this mover. BJ is moving tomorrow, most likely off of earnings. This range is pretty choppy. I kind of will only get excited if we go into 92. Show me rejection around 92.50 or so, and then push back down, or show me buying above 92.50 to carry higher. Without that, I'm almost uninterested, disinterested, whatever the word is, indifferent for this stock, unless it actually goes into 92.50 for me to make a decision from. So I'm gonna color it in a blue color, almost like it doesn't really matter for me. Wow, I'm an idiot. I put that in the wrong box. Let me change that real quick. I'm gonna color it blue. And VIK might be pretty important, so we'll color that orange based on how that one's going to set up tomorrow. Coming back to Baidu, recently Baba reported earnings, JD reported earnings. They had a pretty bullish move, and then JD got smacked right back to the downside yesterday after hours, saying that Morgan Stanley was facilitating a selling opportunity for Walmart. Walmart looking to dump their position out of JD, and their range was going to be between 24.85 to 25.85. So I theorized last night on stream that as long as JD holds above 26, it has a long opportunity. Look what JD did. Today's low, 25.85, the exact price that said in that report. Exact price was that very same low. Bang. Beautiful buy opportunity. You could have gotten at 25.85. You could have gotten at 26. Rode it all the way up to 27. A beautiful dip buy opportunity in the middle of the day off of VWAP. So JD getting an opportunity to rise right back to the upside from that very same level where it actually broke up from on its most recent earnings move. So on this move over here, if JD pulls back for any reason back into 26, you look for a long. It's that simple. So watch out how JD sets up tomorrow. But Baidu, almost forgot about the stock that I was talking about. Completely sidetracked. So Baidu reporting tomorrow. Let's see if this one catches some traction along with some of these Asian names that have been moving up so far, and breaks out of this little 3-day high that we've been making around $90.45. I would think that the stock easily breaks out of that high. Let's go check what the options move is expecting. They're expecting a 5.7% move, a high to either $95 or a drop to $84.61. As I am on this website already, let's go make a bet on Workday. Let's go find out where Workday's move is expected and see. Okay, $250.90. And then 216.12. Bang. Now predictions are locked in. Now we just wait to cash out tomorrow. Shout out to the winners today. Sadly, we did not win today. Sad. Sad, sad, sad. No money today for TraderPrad. TraderPrad is very sad. Only 8 viewers on stonks.com. Go sign up to stonks.com right now. You guys are missing out opportunity to make free goddamn money. What are you doing? Go sign up to stonks.com ASAP, ladies and gentlemen, right now. Baidu, looking through my watch list for stocks that I might be interested in for tomorrow. Target could be a stock that we might be interested to sell on pops because of how weak it was today, not able to hold some of the levels that I wanted to hold. So if we're looking for something of like a day 2 opportunity, if this stock pops into 164, 163, 164, I think looking for a short there could be a good opportunity right back into today's low, or maybe even lower than that. But if this area actually manages to get reclaimed and the stock is finding buyers above 164, then you want to stand back from that short opportunity on the stock. I think you'll get hit in the face by the buying action. The report wasn't negative. The stock trades on pretty low PE too. I think it was 20 PE or so. 15 forward PE, trading on 16 PE right now. So pretty low PE for Target. Not too long ago, they got destroyed by their own volition. They've been doing some woke business, so that kind of brought them to the downside. Let's see if the stock can find some more selling tomorrow on pops. If we sell back into 164 area, I'm so interested to look for that short. But if we're holding above 163, above 164, then I'm almost not looking for the short. There could be a long through today's high if we're actually holding above here, but I may or might not try for that trade. TJ Maxx made an all-time high and could give you a day 2. Up 6% today. So shout out to TJ Maxx. Look to see if the dips into $120 actually sustain. Today's VWAP is actually 119.50. So I guess you could kind of draw that line down to 119.50 all the way up to 120. If the stock is not able to find buyers above that 119.50 to 120, you kind of want to back up from that short long idea. So right there, not even 119.50, kind of 119. You can see how right off the open we pop, and then we keep managing to stay above 119. So any dips into 119 would ideally be the perfect long, but even getting under 119 and holding 118 wouldn't be that bad. That's where yesterday's VWAP is kind of coming into. So this whole range almost is where you could kind of look for longs. If the stock pulls all the way back here, shows you some buying, beautiful long opportunity. If it pulls back here, shows you some buying, beautiful long opportunity. Basically saying that I am not looking for a short in this area at all. Only way I am looking for a short is if we're actually finding selling under 118. So that's like the bottom dollar area for me. So I'm putting 118 under 119.50 slash, I'm just gonna say 119. Under 119 for me, so to see if I get the opportunity to look for a long on TJ Maxx for a day 2 long on this position, who had a pretty good burst through all-time high today. Let's see if we can get a day 2. Panw actually played out exactly as planned, but also a little bit not like planned. So the idea was, as long as the stock stays above 360, right? Yesterday on stream, we kept talking about that 360 area. There is a long opportunity. You can see how right off the open, we flush and then we bounce off at 360. Then 361 starts to hold, and we actually managed to go right back into yesterday's VWAP and double top into yesterday's VWAP around 369, exactly 369 actually. And then we sell right back to the downside. So that was basically the long idea there. Later on in the day, we crack below 360, but we basically come back and hold 360. Yeah, it's not really 360, but this action around 360 showing you that there's an active buyer here willing to load up size. So tomorrow, if you see more of this action right around these lows, around 360, around 358.50, there could be a long for us to look through if the market is also pretty bullish. But the market being so close to the all-time high, if the market can find some selling, then PanW should most likely sell through here back to the downside, at which point you could look for short. So basically you're watching 358.50, 358.50 to 360 as a zone, as a pocket, to see how the action plays out in that area. If we crack this area, 360 is no longer as important as it was to me yesterday for today. So for tomorrow, 360 is not as important because we cracked 360 and we're now finding buyers in the range of 360 to 358.50. So that whole range becomes important. If we crack that range to the downside, that becomes bearish. If we are able to continue holding that range for 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, then the crackdown becomes even better, because whoever kept buying in that area, they're most likely going to get stopped out in that crackdown. And if we don't crack down, the explosiveness is going to be monster too, because anyone who got short in that area, they're all going to get stopped out on the crack up, and we're just going to, you know, just launch to the upside. So that's opportunities over there on PanW. You just got to be very careful with the action that you're reading in that zone. I think we could find a good opportunity at the end of the day in that zone. FN, the next stock, going to be low volume, so almost not interested for the long or any trade on this one, but it is setting up for a possible long again. You know, it did bring in 2 million volume or so on earnings day, and less than 1 million shares today, $200-300 position, so almost not interested for a trade at all. But if it does give me like a clean 5-minute pattern hold somewhere, maybe I'll get long like that. Look at that beautiful hold for 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. If I can find something like that happening and then reclaiming VWAP, possibly could look long there. But look at what you're having to do. You get in somewhere here and your risk is basically low a day. You're risking about $2 per share for that trade. So finding a trade on something like this will be pretty hard. So I will almost not even suggest it for you guys. Zim looking like it wants to crack down, but I'm not interested in Zim as much as I was today, because I actually shorted Zim and I made some money on that stock. EL, nope, don't care. Lowe's, don't care. Palantir, it's time to roll dice on Palantir, ladies and gentlemen, because if you forget that these are the daily charts, think of these as a 5-minute chart. Does that not look like a beautiful flag forming? Usually they say that you want the flag to be at least half the time that it took to get up there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 candles to get up here. So ideally you want to see at least 5 candles of a flag forming between 31.60 to 32.75. So if we get 2 more days of flagging, tomorrow and then Friday we get the burst off, or maybe even tomorrow we get the burst off, there is some action over here for us to play with. And if we actually break down below 31.60, 31.50, that opens up that room to that $30 area on Palantir. So watching this stock, without a doubt, 31.60, is that the line that I marked in? Yeah, 31.63, but 31.60 to 32.75 pocket of zone on Palantir. Very, very excited to see how this stock sets up for the next few days. Orange marker. AMD, nah, not much for me there. SE, another one that's kind of looking like Palantir at the moment. Very, very bullish, surprisingly enough. So SE getting ready for a blast off. This stock was at $50 at the start of this month. At the end of this month, the stock is at $82. Imagine if you were about to buy a house in Canada on August 4th. You know, a 2,000 square feet house probably comes to $1 million, okay? You could have put the $1 million in SE at $60 after the earnings report, right? And made 40% return in 9 days, and bought 3 more houses and still have $1 million left on the side. Maybe not. The math doesn't add up because you're only making 30%, not 300%. But the idea is, you know, look at that opportunity on the market. What? that carryover trade destruction, and then the earnings pop is insane on some of these positions. Absolutely monstrous. So if anyone capitalized it on SE, shout out to you. I was pretty bearish on the stock, but clearly that bearish sentiment has to be thrown in the garbage because this stock is getting ready for a blast off. So if 83 actually manages to get above 83 and find buying above 83, there could be a trade over here on SE. Let's go take a look at what our friends over at the stonks.com chat saying. I've been kind of busy just talking stocks all day today. Have not been really focusing on the chat, on any chat really, not the YouTube chat, not this chat, because once again, the poor doggo, oh, he's not here anymore. I guess he went, he probably thought that I'm not taking him out at all. Poor guy. No, I am 100% taking him out. UPST still going, is it? Wawa. That's a pretty good breakout pattern on there too, man. That's basically a three bar pattern into $41. Let me add that to the list. $3.02 ATR. You can look for the dip buy into 38. You can look for the action above 41. Dip buy into 38, action above 41. There's so many opportunities on the market setting up right now. Holy smokes. Okay, next one, NU. NU actually managed to get above 40.50, but then it had a little bit of trouble around 40.50. However, I'm not really looking for a trade on this stock going forward. Starbucks holding 92 really well. Holding 92 really well, but this is looking pretty bearish. The more bullish setup would be us holding closer to the highs instead of holding closer to the lows. So if we actually break under 92, there could be a short possibility all the way down to $90 on this position. But the fact that we're continuing to hold 92 over here, if we got another day of holding 92, you could just simply get long on that hold of 92, because looks like there's a good range of 92 to 93. I mean, the stock's ATR is $3, but the range is dying down slowly, right? It's compressing tighter and tighter and tighter. So when the resolution happens either to the downside or to the upside, it's gonna take you all the way back to 96, or it's gonna take you all the way down to $90. So that's gonna be a little fun opportunity over there. You can kind of look to make a decision around 92. I don't really want to make a decision at 93. It's either going to be at 92 or at 96 for me. So keeping a watch on the stock. Volume dying down pretty drastically though. So the importance for this position is actually not even orange. It's going to go down to, hello? It's going to go down to blue. So not as important at all. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we only have stocks such as the Magnificent 7, the QQQ, the S&P 500. As I just mentioned not too long ago, the S&P 500 only 0.5% away from all-time highs, or 1% away from all-time highs. Let's just give it a nice and easy number. Whereas the QQQ is 4% away from all-time highs. QQQ struggling with the July 23rd high. Ooh, my birthday high. Struggling with the July 23rd high over there on the QQQ. Whereas the SPY, the 500 best stocks in the world, are looking strong as fuck right now. Look at that very bullish buy candle on the market. So let's see if we actually break all-time highs on the market here, ladies and gentlemen. We were screaming recession 10 days ago. Now we're about to take out the all-time highs. So really not sure how to look at this market at the moment. I mean, you guys have heard me be pretty bearish on the market for the past few days, and clearly that hasn't been profitable for me at all. It's been pretty painful looking for the bearish moves when every bearish move just keeps getting bought right back up to the upside. Every single move that gets flushed gets bought right back up. So it's pretty painful if you're Prad right now. But if that selling move comes in, I'm gonna have to, you know, be ready to jump on that trigger. But right now I'm going into the market with almost a no bias at all. I don't want to have a bias. So I'm almost saying that I don't want to trade the overall market. I don't want to trade QQQ. I don't want to trade S&P 500. I don't want to trade Magnificent 7, but that's a little childish because I'm just losing on them, right? That's a little childish on it. I just need to change what's not working, because repeating the same thing again is basically the definition of insanity. Right now, however, the ranges are tightening up on some of these stocks, so I might as well let them happen. Amazon broke out pretty well, and Amazon got rejected after that breakout. Amazon looked pretty bullish today. I remember trying to look for that long through 180, 150, but I didn't take it. Amazon managed to hold 180 all day later on. Tesla looked pretty okay. I guess an inside day on Tesla. Did Microsoft have a good day today? Inside day on Microsoft. What did Google do? I never really look at Google. Google flushed down a little bit. Okay, Google moving back down to what could be supports. Could look for a long at that support area around previous resistance of 165 or so, or 164.60, I guess. But very choppy for a day trade. I don't really like trading Google at all. Very choppy, and I'm not really seeing much setups really on the Magnificent 7 as I'm cycling through them. I'm not seeing too many setups. Here's Google on the hourly chart. Here's Microsoft. Here's Apple. There's no short until Apple gets below 222. So that's like the bottom line there. There's no short until Apple gets under $222. And there's no long until we get above 228. So I'm not going to make a decision in the middle of the range. If I want to short, show me sellers under, what is that, 222.50? Show me sellers under 226, 222.50. Then I'm going to go short. Until then, I'm not even thinking short on the on Apple over here. So because of these ranges that we have, I'm not too bearish, but I'm not too bullish. I'm kind of stuck in the middle here. We also have Jackson Hole Symposium starting tomorrow. I think 8 o'clock. Is that 8 o'clock? Yeah, tomorrow 8 o'clock, Jackson Hole Symposium. This actually goes on for 3 days, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Powell expected to most likely say that he's going to give a 50 beeps rate cut. That's going to be pretty insane if he says that, because that's for sure going to take the market out into all-time highs. So that's going to be insane. Let's see if Jackson Hole Symposium actually plays out into that direction. So far, we have a 67% probability that we're getting a 25 beeps rate cut. But if Powell comes out at Jackson Hole and tries to rip the shorts a brand new hole with his big donger tomorrow, let's see if he actually manages to do it. Small bet on the coming SPY. New all-time high, that is. Oh, also, we all agree to vote anything but Harris, right? I mean, I don't talk politics, mainly because I don't track politics at all. I mean, yeah, Trump and Harris and all that is important to the market, so I track that in relation to the market. But outside of the market, I don't track politics. I don't know what one person stands for or the other person stands for, nor do I really care for it. I'm not even American. I don't even get to vote. So it's a your guys battle, and it's a good way to stand away from any crazy arguments in the chat. So I just stand away, stand back, and you know, not discuss politics. But when it's related to the stock market, or should I say stonks, you will hear me talk about it. For example, DJT making a pretty good rally today to the upside, up 13% all the way up to $25, which is a pretty good level. And if DJT manages to get above 25, all because Theo Vaughn had an interview on Donald Trump today, DJT runs up. Come on now, that's crazy. So DJT might be bottoming out around this $20 or so. If we do pull back into $20 or any dips into in between 25 to 20, find some buying, there could be another long opportunity tomorrow on DJT. Almost forgot to put this stock on the watch list, and I'm glad that you actually brought up politics a little bit, because that made me think about the stock. And that's the only time I'll talk about politics, when it relates to me making money off of it. That's it. I don't care besides that. DJT resistance at month anchored VWAP today. The monthly anchored VWAP. Okay, I see what you're saying. I like that. Okay. I like that. Month to date anchored VWAP is showing you resistance around $25. I like that. Don't get the MAGA crypto. I've never never gotten any crypto other than crypto, the main cryptos. I guess Dogecoin I had one, but it is a main crypto, is it not? Dogecoin's got to be a main crypto. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all she basically wrote for today's market. I don't have anything else other than that to talk about. IWM could set up for a possible breakout here. The small cap market has been pretty frothy recently. So IWM reclaiming this 211, 212 area, using 212 as a support, kind of looking like it wants to get above 216 and start using 216 as a support again. So if we actually start using 216 as support on IWM, that means that we have to find buying above 216. This ETF has to get above 216 all the way into maybe 218 or so, and on the pullback it's got to hold 216.50, 216, and then it's got to ride right back up, and that's where you look for the long, risking that 215 retest and look for a beautiful run to the upside if the small cap market continues to stay frothy the way it has been so far. And talking about the small cap market, the last stock, last but not least, the most important stock most likely tomorrow, it's going to be ASTS. What a absolute shit show. If this stock takes out $39, if this takes out $39, that's the target. That's the target. Alright, that might be a joke. But this is going to like $60 if this takes out 39. This is going to $60 if this is taking out 39. At which point, the short is way more in play for this position. But this is going absolutely nuts right now. ASTS, have to watch this stock without a doubt. Ani, you can sign up to stocks with my referral link because I know you are anti-Prad. Well, Dieter, I'm sorry to show you something, Dieter. Oh, look at that. Oh, yikes. I guess you're not gonna get 25 tickets from Ani, are you, Dieter? Too late. That's right. I slid in her DMs before you did. Gotcha, bitch. Alright, so ASTS, the last stock we're gonna talk about tonight. Let me quickly check Meta before I say that. Meta, keep an alert, guys. Keep an alert on that all-time high. This is coming to play with that all-time high zone very soon. So keep an alert on Meta without a doubt. Alright, now coming back to the last stock that we're actually going to talk about. ASTS. If this breaks 39, this stock is going to go crazy. As long as the stock stays above 35/36, it's bullish. As long as it stays above 35, 36, I guess you could just say 32 at this point because that was today's low. It's still bullish. This is pretty insane. Watch an eye for the. Well, keep an eye on the stock without a doubt. You're gonna regret it if you don't. And that is basically the end of the stream. The economic calendar. We do have a couple economic events such as continuous jobless claims, initial jobless claims coming out, some S&P numbers such as the S&P PMI coming out tomorrow, existing home sales also coming out tomorrow. So some events actually that could move the market around. This could, so far the economic numbers have been juicy, meaning that they've been coming out in the right direction and the market's been using them to go higher and higher and higher. So this could continue being the same trend. So watch out to see how this plays out. And obviously Jackson's hole is going to be exposed, and we're gonna see if it's going to be 50 basis points wide or 25 basis points wide, or absolutely tight and no entry at all, keeping the interest rates absolutely stuck at the rates that they are. All of those informations will be distributed to us throughout Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so keep an eye out for that. And then we have the 30 years tip auctions at 1 o'clock. Today we have the 20-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. Tomorrow we have the 30-year tips auction. So a bunch of events over here. Always keep a track of when these economic events happen. And Olivier, this could be something you guys can add maybe to the calendar. Add this to the calendar somewhere. Maybe not the earnings calendar, but you could have maybe a econ calendar and then a earnings calendar somewhere on the same side, where bang, you can also maybe not, because some of these economic events actually don't have like a call to listen into, like FOMC has a call to listen into. But yeah, go figure if you can, you know, you don't have to pay any APIs, bro. Just scrape the goddamn website. Just scrape the website and put it up on stonks.com. And when they come knocking on your door, be like, oh, we don't scrape your website. We actually source it ourselves. But yeah, yo, Olivier, see if you can put that request in. That would be awesome if you could do that. Then I don't even have to use this website at all. Then I can just use this website for everything. For my earnings calendars, for my earnings calls, for my econ calendars, to go live, I was gonna say to jerk off, but no, I'm not gonna jerk off on this stream. That's asking for a ban. But you get the idea, to basically do everything in the market I can do over here. So that's gonna be fun. So let's get this idea rolling. Let's get the ball rolling. Lol, what? Lol, what? Hot tub category next month. I'm buying a hot tub and I'm putting it up right back over here. No cap. We're buying a hot tub ASAP as soon as the hot tub stream goes live. Invasive thoughts. I mean, look, what's the point of a stream without some comedy in it? But sadly, the comedy's coming to an end right now. We are calling it night. Oh, WRD. Now you're going to come into the goddamn... Bro, you didn't even IPO today. You fucking lying rat bastards. You lying rat bastards. You keep postponing your date. But I think their date's going to be over here, August 23rd. So we don't have to worry about them till August 23rd. So we talked about the stocks we wanted to talk about. Here is our watch list. Tomorrow morning, we're actually going to be trading from home. That means I'll be streaming on stonks.com from home throughout the day with my camera, with my webcam. So come hang out with me as I day trade. You're going to see me charting. You're going to see me showing you my watch list throughout the day, talking about the trades I get into, the ones that I'm getting my butthole ripped apart in, and the ones that where I'm effing the market instead. So we're going to have all that fun stuff tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Thursday, we're hosting the after the game show. They're going to be rating me. So the game show on stonks.com happens from 3:30 to 4 o'clock. I think around 4 o'clock or so, they're going to be rating my stream, where I'm going to be covering the earnings, and I'm going to be covering the winners who won the contest for tomorrow, for work day. So come join me as we do all that fun stuff at around 4 o'clock for that. Throughout the day, we're going to be live anyways, and then we're going to come back live around 8 o'clock for the final stream of the week, Monday to Thursday, 8 o'clock. So make sure you tune in. We're going to be live for quite a long time tomorrow. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have a lot of fun throughout the day. Watch this over here for those of you guys who want to take a quick little screenshot, because you know that everything I do is absolutely free. But if you want to support your favorite streamer, allow him to buy a pack of Zins every month, you can do so by going to my Patreon. It's right on my link tree. I'm going to be posting it in all of the streams right now, except for stonks.com, because Olivier doesn't want people to post links over there. But go check out all of my social media links right at the top. We got YouTube, x.com, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, Patreon. So if you want to support me on Patreon, you get my watch list sent out to you in your email every single day. I have to add stonks.com also over here as my socials to the upside. My affiliate sponsors, Trade Ideas and TraderSync. Use code PRAD15 to get 15% out at checkout. And then Benzinga Pro, go check them out also. We're gonna be making more merch eventually. I know I said I'm gonna be making more merch, but the person who was going to help me with my idea flopped on me. So now I have to kind of find a new person who's gonna help me with that idea. So sadly, that idea fell apart. Once I make that merch idea, which I don't want to say out loud because I feel like someone's gonna steal it. Once I make it, I'm gonna show you guys it, and I promise you guys gonna love that merch. Until then, it's all love. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning, I guess at 9 o'clock, 9:30ish or so. I'll see you guys tomorrow on stonks.com. And then at 8 o'clock, I'll see you guys on all streams as I always do. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to roll in the outro. Time to roll in the outro. Hit the like, hit the subscribe if you're on YouTube. Hit the Twitch Prime. If you have Twitch Prime and you're watching me on Twitch, don't waste it. You get one free Twitch Prime every single month. And if you don't use it, it goes to waste. Give me that Bezos bucks. Throw it to me. I would love some. So click on that bad boy over there on your Prime account. Connect your Amazon Prime to your Twitch Prime account and give me your Twitch Prime, baby. And if you're watching me on x.com, if you haven't followed yet, you're missing out. We talk stocks all day, and we also post our trades, usually only the winning ones. We post our winning trades on x.com. Sadly, for the last 3 days, we've kind of done so bad that we actually haven't had any good trades to post on X, so we haven't. But besides that, we are pretty active on x.com too. Follow us on x.com and stocks.com. Do I even have to talk about it? The best website out there for streaming stock markets, financial stuff in general. And also, if you want to win free money, now is your opportunity. Go make an account on stocks.com. $1,000 every single day. $10,000 for Nvidia on Wednesday. Go make an account. Don't miss out the opportunity. Don't be late. It's time for your boy TraderPrad to call it a night. I wish you guys a beautiful rest of the night and a great trading day tomorrow. Catch you guys in the morning. TraderPrad out. Adios. Also had a pretty good day on themselves today, so pretty good moves across the board. Tech basket get destroyed. Get ready for trade off of. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm gonna bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow, as you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, TraderSync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.